What's up, Rob here on the OCV channel. Gonna try this again. My computer is messing with me. I go to record a video and the camera just stops working. So we're gonna wish me the best. May have to do this in a couple parts. Got 10 albums that are basically just not my favorite all albums of all time. Just what's been playing, what's been spinning the heavy rotation this week. Just we're gonna jump right into it because I don't know how long my camera's gonna work. So up for number 1 is this one, Dire Straits, the self-titled Dire Straits album. Awesome album. If you've never heard the first album from Dire Straits, give it a listen. It's a really good album. It was released in October of 1978 on Vertigo Records. Was the international release. Warner Brothers was in the United States. That's what this is. It's an original pressing of it. And I think Mercury Records was in Canada, something like that. Anyway, really good album. Like I say, these aren't my top 10 favorites or anything, but if I had to choose a top 10 list of favorite albums, which would be really hard for me to do because I like so much different music, this album would probably be in it. Next up, this is the first new music I've bought on vinyl, and I know I'm late to the game on it. It came out in 2019, late 2019, but I'd seen it, and I'm like, new music, just kept blowing it off. Never heard it. I like the album cover, the artwork and everything, but I just never heard it and never really gave it a listen. So yeah, I'm late to the game, but it's this one, the Black Pumas, and this is the deluxe 1 year anniversary edition. I was wanting the regular edition, but that's the one I ended up with. That's the one I found, and the reason I got it was I came home one day and I was just sitting here doing some computer work, and I'm like, man, that name popped in my head. I'm like, let's go listen to this and see if it's crap like I thought it would be. And I started playing it, and I was like, I was totally wrong. This is really good. So I went out and got the album. Very good album. This, like I say, it was I think 2019 is when it came out. They call themselves a psychedelic soul band based out of Austin, Texas, and it's lead singer Eric Burton and producer guitar player Adrian Casada, I believe. Anyways, really good, just smooth, chill, great album. I listened to it and I was like, this is good. I started looking at the lyrics. I'm like, this is good. Next thing I know, I was in the record store looking for it. Number 3. And again, no particular order here. Go from new music to old music. Wanda Jackson. I'm a huge Wanda Jackson fan. Always loved listening to Wanda. Rip into some songs. This is Rockin' with Wanda. Another great album. It's, if you never heard Wanda Jackson, and these albums are not hard to find, they're not like super rare or anything like that. They're just average kind of albums of the day. You can find them, new or old, reissues or originals, either way. None of them are super hard to find. Maybe one is, but anyway, this Wanda Jackson, it was released originally in 1960 on Capitol Records. This is a reissue, the one I have here, but it's a great album. It's awesome. If you never listened to Wanda Jackson, give her a listen. Give her a spin. Really raucous, rowdy voice. She can sing smooth country songs, or she's known as the Queen of Rockabilly. So there you go. Next up, I got this album, The Other Side of Roy Clark. I got this album in a thrift store for 20 cents. That's right, 20 cents. The album, it's an original. It was released in 1970. It's mainly instrumental. If you've never heard Roy Clark play the guitar, you should check it out because he's phenomenal. I've known that. I used to have a copy of this years and years ago, and it got really hammered, and it wasn't that great of a copy, so I didn't really listen to it that often. But this one I got for 20 cents. I pulled the vinyl out, and I'm like, holy crap, it's like mint. Score. So yeah, his version of Malagania is insane. He does a version of Yesterday by the Beatles that's awesome, and the whole album's good. So that one I'm really stoked on. This one, Bob Marley, Rastaman Vibration. Can't go wrong with Bob Marley. This one is one of those albums that just really good. It was released in 1976 on Island Records. That's what this one is. And it's just one of those albums that I grew up listening to, and it's always just been one of my favorites. It's stuck with me, and what more can I say? If you haven't listened to Rastaman Vibration, get it. If you like reggae whatsoever. This one, some more somewhat new music that I've bought. I've been listening to this guy for quite some time. Don't have any vinyl until now, and that would be Cody Jinx, the Adobe Sessions Unplugged. This is an awesome record as well. Like I say, I've been listening to Cody Jinx for quite some time, and his voice is awesome. The guitar playing, the guitar work, the whole band work that's behind him, phenomenal. Country, southern rock, twang. I don't know how you exactly describe it, but it works for me. This one is another record that would be probably, if I had to choose a top 10, this one would probably be in there. It's a toss-up, but it would probably be in there. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, So Far. Every song on this album is amazing. This is an album that I can play side A, flip it, play side B, flip it, play side A again. It's just, I don't know. It would be in my top 10 probably. This one is I don't know. It's not new, but it's fairly new. And another one of my favorite bands, the Pine Hill Haints. This is Ghost Dance by the Pine Hill Haints. If you've never heard them, check them out. Great band. You're gonna look them up and you're gonna see banjos, jugs, saws, washtub bass, all that. You're thinking, what kind of hillbilly contraption we got going on here? But trust me, it's a really good album. I've got several by these guys. This is one of my favorites from them. Definitely worth a listen. Going back to sort of country, sort of new, is the debut album by Chris Stapleton, The Traveler. Another just phenomenal album that I can put on just about any time and listen to just about any time. Just really enjoy it. Great album. What more can I say? Yeah, everybody's heard Tennessee Whiskey. Well, the whole album is pretty much as good as that, if not better. So, if you're, you don't have to be a country fan or whatever I don't know. I don't even know how to describe his music. Yeah, it's countryish. Yeah, it's southern rocky. I don't know. It's just good, in my opinion. It's a recommended spin. And then last but not least, this one's been in heavy rotation too, just because another Bob Marley. Look at Bob, man, making two appearances in this video. Legend from Bob Marley. In my last video, I talked about it. This is the first record that I played on the turntable since returning to vinyl. And the reason being is when I left vinyl and went to CDs in 1984, God, that's a long time ago, really. This was released in May of 84. This was the first CD I bought. I mentioned in my last video that I bought a CD player, paid a fortune for it. It was huge, and I got it home, hooked it all up, and I was like, awesome. Now I don't have any CDs, so I had to go to the music shop and buy a CD. I didn't go in looking for this. It was just in the time, the place where I was at in 1984. They didn't have a whole lot of CDs. I think CDs came out in 82, late 82, something like that. 83, here in St. Augustine, there wasn't a ton of CDs, so I didn't have a whole lot to choose from, which made it easier because I saw this one. It had just come out. It was like new. I'm like, bam, Bob coming home with me. So when I started getting back into vinyl, this was the first one to hit the turntable, just because it was the first CD I bought. Getting back into vinyl, I figured, well, the first one I'm going to throw on the new turntable is going to be Legend from Bob Marley, just for nostalgia's sake, right? I don't know. Well, anyways, that's my 10 albums of heavy rotation for the last week or so. There'll be more. My music changes like almost daily, weekly, whatever. So there's going to be a lot more. I'm always I'm hitting weird places, garage sales, thrift stores, this and that, plus the music store, the record shop. I'm always looking. Sometimes you can find a ton of crap. You can go through a ton of crap, and then you find one that's just like, it's awesome. Anyways, you just gotta love the digging, looking part. Sometimes it can be kind of hectic, a little disappointing at times. I found 3 Wanda Jackson albums like a week ago, and man, I was stoked. And then I pulled the vinyl out, and it looked like somebody had taken the vinyl out, put it on the concrete, and played Sit and Spin on it. It was totally trashed. So I was like, yes, no. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, hit the subscribe button, the little bell icon, if you want to hear more of my ramblings about this stuff. And hey, there you go. There you have it. More videos to come. As long as my computer continues to work. I can't believe I made it this far. All right. Have a good one. Talk to you later.